Hey guys, I'm doing a video today because I'm feeling kind of happy, good, optimistic. Um, so, as I was saying in a previous video, I was feeling all these weird symptoms. Went to the doctor and she kind of just thought, I should be on antidepressants. And I'm like, I don't want to go on antidepressants, and I'm sure that, not being able to, have my food medicine anymore has probably gotten me here. Like before I would probably use food to calm my nerves, and now I can't anymore. And so now the doctor is like, "Oh, antidepressants." I'm like, "No, no, 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 no. I'm not going to antidepressants." Um so really what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to create like a little calendar, little mood calendar where I write down, every day like symptoms and feelings and whatever. And then see if there's kind of like connections, like every month am I feeling the same crazy feelings at this time or right before my period, or how many like UTIs am I getting in a month or whatever, or so I'm gonna do that, and then I have something to show somebody when I go to find somebody. And also I started to look up like low estrogen and, weight loss surgery, and I've saw some articles about, weight loss surgery and low estrogen, like if you're not eating enough protein, that can start to kind of mess with your levels, and I'm sure that I am probably guilty of that. As before surgery, I was, horrible with drinking water and probably horrible with getting all my protein in. I really didn't really count my protein, like, before surgery. Maybe a few months before surgery, but way before then, I didn't, I was probably just eating carbs and that was it, And I felt like shit then too, but, I think after the surgery, everything is kind of heightened. And then I think even my husband, like almost a year after surgery, he started suffering from low testosterone. And I'm all like, well, if he's suffering from low testosterone a year after, I'm probably going through some weirdness too. Yeah, he got to a point where I think he really started going to the gym a lot more, and I think that put stress on his body. And they say also for women who are suffering from low estrogen, if you guys are going to the gym like a lot, like every day, really trying to get this weight off, and I was doing that for a while. I was really going to the gym a lot, and then I noticed I just couldn't do it anymore. I felt like drained. I felt like I was gonna die, and I just couldn't go anymore. And that's like one of the symptoms of like low estrogen, or some weird something. If something is off, you'll start feeling like you can't, like you have no energy to go to the gym. And I just gave up. I don't do the gym anymore. I just do like walking and smaller little things. But my husband, he really he's pushing himself, and he goes to the gym, and he's been lifting like weights, and I think he's like lifting like 325 pounds. He's really he's doing really well. And I think his testosterone is doing well now, because he is just like a crazy man in bed. Like he just, like before when his low testosterone was around, he wasn't as horny, and he wasn't I don't know, he also seemed kind of depressed too. I remember around that time, and I feel like I'm like the same way. I feel like I'm depressed, anxiety, just not feeling myself, and libido. My libido is just, I don't want to like do anything. I'm like, I just, And he's just right now, he's at this peak of peakness. I don't know. He just looks at me, and it's just like, ah, So yeah, I think he really got his testosterone going back up, because he really has been at the gym and lifting weights, and it's probably got his stuff going. I don't know. For me though, I'm struggling. Just never in the mood, which completely stinks. But yeah, I'm keeping like a little journal of all that, you know, and see what's going on. If there is something I can do with some new doctor, and I can tell her, you know, these things are happening, and yada yada yada. Um, what else? Um, and then just talking about marriage. Just I can totally see how like people can get divorced. I mean, we both got surgery, so we had like a double whammy of changes. But just to see like one person change and how much both of us have changed, and how like really like I understand like why you go to a psych meeting. Like, you know, I think I was normal and fine when I went to my psych meeting, and I told them like, yeah, sure, I have some issues with my mom, and sure this, sure that, and they're like, yeah, you know, they stamped me on my little paper and said you're good to go. But like now, I feel like, oh my god, like taking all this weight off is like taking all these layers off, and you're like, oh my god, like there's so much shit I haven't dealt with. Like your weight, you know, coming off really makes you like, oh my god, I have to deal with this shit. And you can't use food anymore to like bury it back up. And yeah, I mean, I understand I have my issues, but I know there's like other issues in here that are coming out and making me all crazy. But I don't think an antidepressant is like the key. I don't know. Some doctors are just like, here, antidepressant, and I'm like, no, there's a reason like why things are messed up, and you have to deal with them. But I'm sure some people try to deal and deal and deal, and it never gets really fixed. And then I understand why you can go on like a pill. But the whole thing with antidepressants is like I'm already suffering from like low libido now, and then, you know, that already makes my husband angry. So if I go on an antidepressant, that's probably going to wipe away anything that's remotely left, and that's just going to spell trouble for us. I mean, we have to have something going on here, but you know, it's you know, it's tricky. All that marriage crap and dealing with life and having weight loss surgery. Like in the beginning, if it was fine, we're both going through the same crap, and now it's like we're both skinny and just maintaining, and you know, you can't use food to calm yourself anymore. And yeah. Well, I guess that's about it. All right, bye guys.